So Chris Eubank Jr. defeats Arthur Abraham to retain his IBO super middleweight title in a 12-round unanimous decision. One judge scored it 120 to 108. Other two judges scored it 118-110. I do have to agree with the 120-108 score because it was very difficult to give Abraham any rounds in that fight whatsoever. Any rounds. Although he had a couple moments here where he was able to hit Eubank with his stiff left jab and his power left hook, which that's been Abraham's signature punches over the years. The one thing I noticed a couple of things is that one, Arthur Abraham looked a lot slower than usual, which is telling that his age is catching up to him. And two, if anyone had recalled, he missed weight for this fight. He didn't make weight for this fight twice, although he did make weight on his third attempt yesterday at the weigh-in. So therefore, the IBO title was sanctioned to be on the line here. So Eubank, as usual, likes to fight at a fast pace. He likes to fight spurts. He's very good at placing his shots together. He's very good at being awkward, defensively good. The only thing about Eubank is that he always keeps his hands extremely low, which makes it, which gives his opponents chances to tag him. I mean, unless you have the proper hand speed, whatnot. But apparently, in this ring tonight, as I seen that Abraham just didn't have the wherewithal and the skill set to keep up with Eubank. Now, mind you, Abraham is past his best. We can't sugarcoat this here. He is way past his best. Perhaps if he was in his prime form, then maybe he would have made this more of an interesting and a competitive fight. But I do have to say, though, I didn't have a time to report the fact that this fight was made about a month and a half ago. To give a small assessment on it, how I felt this fight was going to play out. Obviously, I would have said that Eubank was going to win the fight, but I would have had said that Abraham, who's far more experienced, who's been in there with other great champions, who's had a lengthy career, he would have made this fight very competitive, but apparently he didn't. So as much as he tried, but he just couldn't compete. And Eubank, the one thing about Abraham, the best way to defeat him is to take away his left jab and his left hook, and to fight him and pressure him by making him fight going backwards, meaning that Abraham just doesn't know how to fight off his back foot. That's always been his Achilles heel throughout his career. And the thing is about his high guard defensive scheme is that he'll absorb some shots with that scheme, but the thing about Abraham is that he's very good of unleashing his combinations while throwing that high guard, and that's what gets his opponents off. Throws his opponent's timing off because they don't expect that coming, given the fact that he'll throw that high guard. Will keep up that high guard. But the thing about Eubank is that he was able to control his range, control his distance, so that way he didn't give Abraham any chance of trying to throw off his shots while he was in his high guard. And Eubank would throw relentless body combinations and then split his guard through those uppercuts. And the thing about Abraham is that, like Andre Berto, he knows how to place those uppercuts and at various angles, which you don't see him coming, and they're very good at placing them. And mind you, throwing uppercuts are not easy. Is not very easy. You have to time them perfectly. And like I said, Eubank and Berto are very good at throwing those uppercuts very timely. And it was one round, I think it was the third round or the fourth round, where Eubank had pinned Abraham to the ropes to where he threw 6 straight uppercuts while smothering his punches, and then Abraham just didn't have no answer for it. That's another thing about Abraham, is that the best way to fight him is just to smother his punches, and that's one thing that Andre Ward was very successful doing when they fought, was just to control his distance and smother his punches, so that way he doesn't have enough room, enough leverage to throw his best shots. So I recall that there was a couple of moments in this fight where Eubank was just taunting Abraham, where Abraham threw his stiff left jab, and Eubank would just he walked away from Abraham and just taunted him, and he yelled at the crowd like, I'm not sure what he said, but he was like, is that the best he could throw? Is that his best punch? And then Eubank just out of nowhere launched his ferocious attack at Abraham. Just blinding him with those combinations, kind of similar to what he did to Nick Blackwell. Tragic fight, but it is boxing. It's the hurt game, man. That's the way it is, I suppose. But needless to say, great performance by Eubank Jr. But then again, this is an aging arbiter, Abraham. He just didn't, make weight for the fight, which is worth telling points to how his performance was very beleaguered. We do know now that Eubank Jr. has signed up for the World Boxing tournament, which is a great thing. So he advances. So, into the tournament, that is, because I think the winner of this fight will qualify for the tournament. So, as far as Arthur Abraham's concerned, where does he go from here? I don't know, man. He is up in age. He's 37 years old, I believe. He couldn't make weight for this fight, so. If you ask me, maybe he should pack it up. I don't think he has nothing left to prove at this point. But if you disagree with me, cool. Do you think he does have? Do you think he does have a play left at 168, or you think he should move up to 175? Maybe he can make a play in that weight class. But then again, if you ask me, I don't think he has much left in his career at this point. Whatnot. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts about this fight, and let me know what your thoughts about Eubank and how he plays a role in the World Boxing Tournament at 168. And where do you think Arthur Abraham should go from here at this point? I'm out. Peace.